Hey, today we're going to be doing lesson 7-8. All right. This I can statement says that I can apply what I know about properties operations, okay, associative, commutative, and distributive to create equivalent expressions. We're still creating equivalent expressions. That means expressions that are equal. So take a look at your vocabulary here real quick, okay? Equivalent expressions right here are two or more expressions that are equal for any value of the variables in the expressions. You can use the properties of operations to write equivalent expressions. All right, so this is really key for today. All right, so let's take a look at our notes here real quick. So today we're going to write an equivalent expression for 4c plus 2 plus c. First of all, we need to identify the like terms. Okay, we're going to be making an equivalent expression, so we're going to have an equal sign here. All right. So first of all, using the properties to combine these terms, we're going to use the commutative property. That says that I can switch the 2 and the c around. Now this c is actually 1c, just to remind you. So we started with 4c plus 2 plus, I'm going to put a 1c here, okay? Now I can switch these around. I can put 4c plus 1c plus 2. Okay, they're still the same. I can switch them around. Now, the associative property says that I can group like terms. So if I put 4c and 1c together, or I'm going to write it over here, I get 5c because they're like terms. Now, there's nothing like the plus 2, so I have to leave that. All right. Today we use the commutative property and the associative property to rearrange this entire expression so that I can combine the like terms. All right. We have another part of our lesson today, which is much harder. So let me move this to the side real quickly. That was our notes for combining those particular terms. All right, take a look at here, the distributive property. Now, we've already learned about this, but this is really confusing for many people. All right, you can multiply a number and a sum by multiplying the number by each part of the sum and then adding these products. The same property applies with subtraction. So just look at the examples here. This is when you have a number like 3 outside of a set of parentheses, okay? That means to multiply, all right? That means to multiply. Okay, so you can take 3 times 4, and that makes, you can leave it as a multiplication sentence, plus 3 times 6. Same thing applies to algebra or to variables. You can also do it when you have subtraction in between. You're going to multiply the outside variable and make this work. All right, I'm going to pull this off to the side. I'm going to try to do this very, very quickly, so please pay attention. All right, let's take something as easy as 3 times m plus 7. Okay, I want to make an equivalent expression. To make this work, I'm going to take 3 times m. I do not know what m is, so I have to leave it as 3 times m. I'm going to bring over the same operation that's inside the parenthesis. Then I'm going to take 3 times 7, and I get 3 times 7 is the same as 21. So these two expressions are equal. Now let's do it backwards really quickly. What if I have something like 2b plus 4c? I want to find an equivalent expression. This time I'm going to put in the parentheses. In order to do that, I'm going to find the greatest common factor between these two values, okay? The GCF, or the greatest common factor. That happens to be 2. If I take 2 and divide it by 2, I get 1, okay? If I take 4 and divide it by 2, I get 2. Now I'm going to take that GCF and I'm going to put it here on the outside, okay? Because this is what I'm dividing by. That goes on the outside. Whatever's left over goes inside. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that's a B. And 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2. I'm going to keep the C. I'm going to keep the same operation in between. All right. This was very quick, but this is also combining like terms using the distributive property. All right, boys and girls, happy math.